Hey guys, welcome to another video of mine, Commander, and this is a review for the Chelsea versus Tottenham game, which ended 2-1 to Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. And we got the vital 3 points that were so crucial in our top 4 race. And come the end of the season, these 3 points are going to be so important. But there's so many talking points and talking, things that happened during the game that I want to speak about, give my thoughts, opinions, to go over the tactics and how crucial this win was for us. But before I do get into it, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to my channel if you are new on here. Make sure you hit the bell notification button for every time I do uploads, and comment down below thoughts, opinions in the comment section below. But without further ado, let's get straight into it. Now, starting off with the lineup. Now, we went for an unusual formation. We went for the 3-4-3. Of course, usually we either go with the 4-3-3 or the 4-2-3-1. Lampard opted with the 4-3-4-3. It works in a reverse fixture against Tottenham when we beat them 2-0. And so he decided to go with a replica formation. Now, Mourinho also, of course, manager of Tottenham, of course, decided to use the same formation. So it was the 3-4-3 against the 3-4-3. And by having the 3-4-3 formation, you have more space on the flanks, you have more width in your formation. I mean, there's going to be a lot more cross into the box, and this is quite handy for Lampard because, of course, Olivier Giroud did come back into the starting lineup, of course, against Manchester United. He scored. It was ruled off by VAR. We'll talk about VAR a bit later on. And, of course, Alonso was brought back into setup alongside Ross Barkley, who was playing alongside Mason Mount as the two cams just behind Olivier Giroud. So, essentially, you have the wing-backs who bomb forward, push forward. They provide the width. They provide the extra space and the width, and allows more crosses into the box. And we know that Olivier Giroud's main strong point is, headers and linking up the play, etc. Now, that's the formation we went to. A lot of positives with the formation. Allows more space in the central areas. We dictated the game. Like Jorginho Kovacic link-up was absolutely phenomenal. Elite link-up. We had the width utilised with Reece James and Alonso with their crossing variations. And for me, it worked wonders. Hence why we picked up the 3 points. Now, I will be brutally honest. The 2-1 scoreline is very flattering for Tottenham. We definitely deserve to win by a lot more. We should have won by a lot more. And to be honest, it should have helped our goal difference. But 3 points is 3 points. And that's the only thing that I was asking for before the game. And Chelsea did go and get it. So it's a massive boost for us. But it just really goes to show that, you could be cruising 2-0 in the 87th minute and it could still not be game over for Chelsea. I mean, this is why you should have heart monitors. This is why you should have 999 on standby. Because at the end of the day, this is Chelsea. We never do things the easy way. We always do things the most difficult way as possible. But like I said, the 3 points were secured and it was a massive boost for us. Now, like I said, we dominate the game. We dominate possession, the chances, chance creation, half chances, total shots on target, XG as well. And for me, it mainly stemmed from the midfield domination, the midfield battle between Ndombele, Winks, and Lo Celso against Jorginho and Kovacic. And for me, Jorginho and Kovacic, they ran the show. They were elite. Their elite partnership paid off again, dominating, controlling and dictating that midfield. Hence, they could control and dictate the middle of the park and obviously the rest of the game. Jorginho's through balls, his assist for the first Euro goal was absolutely phenomenal, world class, really assertive and composed. Fantastic. We know his passing range is elite. He's a world-class player, but his partnership with Kovacic is on a different level, a different kettle of fish, and they completely dominated and controlled the game completely. The link-ups, the touches, the flicks, the movement as well. The movement was elite. The thing with Jorginho and Kovacic, despite their elite partnership, they know what the surrounding players in the team are going to do. They think 3 to 4 steps ahead before any other teammate, and this is why they thrived so much. The movement of the ball, knowing what to do when he received the ball, movement, etc. And for me, it meant that it gave Mason Mount the license to be able to, operate in those half space in between lines. And for me, Mason Mount has been terrific in these last few games. I'm not a massive Mason Mount fan, but he was terrific against Manchester United. He was amazing today. And for me, since he got his rest, he has been on a different level. His moving in between lines, his energy, his winning mentality. How many times did he get challenged today and he got straight back up, won the ball back, dominated the ball, and created a lot of chances. His chance creation was on point. His movement, his awareness, his flicks. For me, it was a very strong game for Mason Mount today. Very proud of him as a performance. And for me, like I said, his link up with Giroud was amazing. We saw in the early stages of the game, the flicks, the touches, their link up was good, and it's something that we knew that was going to come for the rest of the game. So very happy with Mason Mount's performance. And want to talk about also Andreas Christensen. Now, against Manchester United, he broke his nose, had to fly out to Milan to get a face mask. And I don't know what it is with face masks, but every time a player uses a face mask and they wear a Chelsea shirt, they seem to be on a different level. You know, we had the Jorginho with a headband last season. We had Fabregas with a face mask who scored that winning goal away at QPR. We've had, Drogba, Ivanovic in face masks as well. So I don't know what it is when you wear a Chelsea shirt and you have a face mask, but you know what, it seems to do well. Now, Andreas Christensen, for me, a very, very strong and an assertive performance. Composed, was world-class today. And for me, this is why he's our best centre-back, our most technical centre-back. His awareness, his interceptions, and, the way he anticipated everything. His awareness is top class. His reading of the game is phenomenal. And the way he was, judging the game, his tackles, his positioning was elite as well. And this is what you want from your centre-backs. For me, Andreas Christensen really proved why that he is our best centre-back and why that he should be starting in that team week in, week out, because for me he's an amazing centre back and he had a fantastic performance today. Put a shift in for us as well. So really, really happy with his performance, his ball control, movement of the ball, passing ranges, reading of the game, everything was superb. Didn't put a single foot wrong, and I'm really, really happy with Andreas Christensen's performance, even covered for Antonio Rudiger at times. Air really dominant as well, was strong, was assertive, and I'm really, really proud of him because at the end of the day he's been called a fairy and not good enough, etc. But we know that he's a top class centre back, and finally he proved his worth today. And the fullbacks, like I said, Lonzo scored the second goal, a fantastic finish with his left foot. We know that his left foot is phenomenal. Had a Van Basten type volley just go over the bar in the first half with his right foot. Hit the crossbar from a free kick late in the second half as well. So should have probably scored more. But for me, his goal was the decisive one. Have to give props to Alonso. Good, bombing forward, utilising the width, moving the ball. Fantastic left-footed finishing outside the box to make it 2-0 and put us in a cruise control position. And, for this formation in left wing-back position where it's his natural position, he does thrive in this position. So, very, very happy with his performance. Reece James, we know, the absolute tank, a beast. No player will ever get past this guy. Physically, he's amazing. He's a tank, he's strong, he's assertive. His variation of cross is elite. I always say that he's a hybrid of a Philipp Lahm. He's built like a Ivanovic, but he has a technical ability of Philipp Lahm. His variation of crosses, his movement of the ball, his touches, his turns, being so press resistant, but also being so physically strong as well. His presence is definitely known. And for me, Reece James, another strong performance from him. And going on to the goalkeeping situation is one situation I do want to talk about, because this is the third straight game Caballero has been in goal. Now, I haven't got a problem with Caballero. He made a couple of fantastic saves and was one of the reasons why we did get the 3 points today. But I'm worried for Kepa Arrizabalaga's sake. Now, it's the third straight game he's been off the bench, and all 3 games have been big, big games. Leicester away, didn't start. We thought, poor form, understandable. He had the whole of the international break or the winter break to train hard, to prove to Lampard that it was poor form and that he needs to get back into 11. Was not playing against Manchester United, and today was not playing again. Now, the main question everyone's asking, is this the end for Kepa Arrizabalaga? Does this spark the end for him? Now, potentially. No one knows what's really going on behind the scenes. Like I said, we have still big games coming up. We've got Bayern Munich on Tuesday night as well, which is a massive, massive game. And we will see how things develop. But like I said, Lampard came in the press conference and said that if you show good attitude, if you train hard, then you will get selected. So could it be bad attitude? Potentially. But for me, it is worrying signs. We've spent a lot of money on him. World record signing for a goalkeeper. Was phenomenal last season. Has world-class potential. Is young. Is our best keeper technically as well. And for me, he's one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League. And he will be the best in the world in my opinion, with his distribution, being a super keeper, shot-stopping abilities. He's a phenomenal keeper who has been in poor form so far this season. But hopefully things do start to pick up. But like I said, Caballero was very, very good today. Pulled off a couple of top saves as well. So you can't blame him as such. But finally, I'm going to talk about the VAR situation. Now, it's starting to get a bit embarrassing now. I was unable to make a review for the United game, so I was in Amsterdam. But one thing was for sure is that we definitely got shafted by the referees and officiating. We had 2 goals ruled off by VAR. One of them definitely should not have been ruled off by VAR. Maguire should have been sent off. And overall, the decisions the VAR was giving was diabolical. It was a diabolical shambles, and this game proved otherwise. Now, Stockley Park reported to BT Sport 10 minutes after the Lo Celso decision happens, and they admitted that they got the wrong decision for Lo Celso, and they said they got it wrong and that he should have been sent off. Now that for me is an embarrassment. That is embarrassing and simply not good enough. How can you sit there and tell us fans, not just Chelsea fans but Premier League fans, that you got a decision wrong when you reviewed the actual decision for less than a minute? If you're unsure, at least take a bit longer in time to have a look at it. You have the latest technology. You have all possible angles to have a look at this decision. I don't want to blame Mark Oliver completely because he wasn't at the scene when it happened. I blame VAR completely. The people that have got control of the VAR, the people that are sitting in that board are officiating this, because that is a total embarrassment. How can you sit there and tell us that that was not a red card? I knew that was a red card. Every single fan in that stadium knew it was a red card. Even the fucking Tottenham fans knew that was a red card. But yet the people in the VAR room thought, no, that's not a red card. And what's even worse is they didn't even take a minute to even have a look at it. That is a clear as day, studs up, on the shin, bruised shin. That is a red card every single day. We got shafted on Monday and we got shafted today. And with the late on goal as well at the end, it could have been a nervy ending when it shouldn't have been. Decisions. How many times did Lo Celso make dirty, cynical tackles and only got away with a yellow card? It was an embarrassment. The guy should have been sent off. He was completely dirty today. He did not play by the rules. And for me as well, that was a clear as day red card. Stockley Park reported to BT Sport that they got the decision wrong. How? And no wonder why not a single English ref went to the 2018 World Cup, because that is a total embarrassment. No wonder why. This needs to be fixing up, and people are going to blame VAR. It's not the technology's fault. The technology is available, it's the latest technology, and it makes the game fairer. What I have a problem with is the English officiating. The referees that are sitting in that VAR room, making decisions after looking at the technology, and the referees and the fourth officials. That's the problem I have with it. It has to improve. It's not good enough for the best league in the world to have such poor officiating. Is honestly abysmal. It really is abysmal. But sorry to end on a sour note. Like I said, we got the 3 points. It's massive for our top 4 race. But I'm going to wrap up the review there. If you did enjoy this review, go back to smash the like button, subscribe to my channel if you are not here. Make sure you hit the notification button for every time I upload, and comment down your thoughts, opinions in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys for my next video. Peace.